Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy N31LE. And I just want to say, like, this morning we had 1,000 subscribers on the channel. I really appreciate you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when I first started this channel with this bike, I just wanted to help a few people, you know, learn how to do stuff with their bike so they wouldn't have to pay like a mechanic all these ridiculous prices just to work on their bike. So the insane amount of support that you guys have shown me is truly like astounding. Like, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching my videos. Thanks for the crazy amount of support, the comments, the likes, the subscriptions. Like, I can't thank you guys enough, man. So let's get into it. So today we're going to be cleaning and adjusting the chain on my 2023 BMW S1000RR.
Get out the way, you got a watch, you got the time, I'm raising the clock. Even in my feelings, grind don't stop. Got big dreams, want big rocks. I got plans, I got talk. That is real cheap, but it's really cold house. I'm trying to get these ends.
Alright, so let's get started with what you need. So first, you're going to need a Torx T25. You're going to need a 34mm socket. You're going to need a pry bar, a torque wrench, a chain adjuster tool, a grunge brush, and of course the different solvents used to clean your chain. So these ones I got off of Amazon. I forgot the price of these, but they're Maxima racing oils. I'll link the Amazon link down below in the description section. Alright, so as you can see, my chain's pretty loose and it's pretty dirty as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is you're going to get your Phillips head. Go ahead and take this plastic bolt out. Not sure why they did plastic, because these things are super easy to strip, so be careful. Then grab your Torx T25, and there's a bolt right here that's in plain sight. You should be able to take that one out as well. So remove that. Then for your hugger, it's a two-piece type of deal. So you're gonna want to hold here and just push forward on this plastic piece right here. And just take that out. That should expose your chain. First thing you want to do is you can wet your chain a little bit. And then spray the chain cleanup on the chain pretty good. You want a pretty good amount. So let that sit for a second. Let it do its magic, let it work in there. Now grab your bucket of water and your chain, your grunge brush, and just start scrubbing away at the chain. If you need to apply more chain cleanup, you can. It's like, you know, there's not a less is more type of deal, so use as much as you need. Obviously don't use the whole can, but you know, use whatever you need. Alright, so as you can see, I'm very OCD with my chain, so I've done the best job I can. Best thing you can do is just to let it drip, or you can turn the bike on and just run the chain as well. That'll be the easiest one. But the next thing you want to do is grab your multi-purpose lube, spray the chain, and just basically allow the lube to get in there and push all the water out. So the best thing, or the best way you can do this, is to turn the bike on, let the chain spin, and just spray the lube as the chain is spinning. Now that was the quickest way to do that. Another easy way to do it is just to spin it like this, but it's going to take a lot more time. So Once you got the lube on there, should be just a few seconds of spraying on one side. So make sure you do the outside here, the outside of the chain right here, and then the inside of the chain with the lube as well. So make sure you do that. So give it a few seconds to work in there, like I said. So now you want to grab your chain wax, and unfortunately this is something that you can spray a little bit too much of. So to mitigate this, what you can do is you can find a spot on your chain. If you have an aftermarket chain, find the master link and use that as your starting point. So this one doesn't have a master link, or not one that's plainly visible. So I'm going to use the M logo on the chain right here to start. So remember, spray on the outside of the chain, the outside here, and then the inside of the chain right here as well. All right, so once you do that, you can spin it a few times, let it get worked in there, and basically just let it sit. Now that your wax is all dry, probably gave it about 10 to 15 minutes. Let the wax dry. We got a little bit of overspray right here, but that's fine, it's not a big deal. Now is when you want to come adjust your chain. So grab you your pry bar, your 34mm socket, and just unscrew. Not all the way, but just enough to move the wheel back and forth. All right, so I forgot to mention this, but you need a 10mm open-ended wrench and a 13mm open-ended wrench. The 13 goes here, the 10 goes here. So go ahead and loosen this up, because this is your adjustment, like, needle, I guess. I don't know what you would call that, your adjustment knob or whatnot. And do the same thing for the other side. All right, so the easiest way to start this is to start to tighten up your chain, and then we'll do the adjustment process in terms of the alignment here in a second. So how I usually do it is I grab the 10mm and start backing it out to a point where I like it, and then I go in. So that way when I do the same thing on the other side, it'll be somewhat close to where I need it to be in terms of tightness. So you want 1 inch to 1.25 inches of play. So that's a little bit too much right now. Just keep going. We're getting there. So that's about right. Now let's go to the other side. You can go ahead and lock this in. Another easy thing you can do is once you got your chain tightness set, you can look at the little bars in here as well. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little bit past the 5th bar, so we can line it up a lot easier by doing the same thing on the other side. So let's do that. All right, so once we go back to the other side, it should be relatively close to being aligned. So once again, check your chain tightness. So to me, that's pretty good. Hey, you. Yeah, you. If you could, like this video for the algorithm. So this alignment tool is pretty basic. All it does is just hooks onto the chain and screws on. And essentially what you're looking for is this metal bar right here, as if it aligns with the chain. So let's just say this is your chain, right? So if your alignment tool, let's say this is the alignment tool, like the metal end, if it's like this, then obviously there's a problem. What you want to do is you want to adjust your alignment tool to be dead set on with the chain. And that's what it should look like. So once you get the bar kind of aligned with the chain up here, then you want to go back here and kind of look to see if it's aligned. And honestly, that's actually dead on. Wow. Huh, look at that. So I actually don't have to turn it any which way. This is actually dead on. So all right, that's the first time that's ever happened. Glad I got that on video. And another thing you can do to make sure that the chain is aligned, I actually haven't adjusted anything, but you can move that around and just check different spots of the chain. Now, if your chain is not like worn out and your sprocket isn't like bent, it's all relatively should be the same thing. So would you look at that? That's crazy. I've actually never done that. That's insane. All right, well, we don't have to adjust it anymore, so it's actually spot on. So I forgot to mention tightening down these bolts right here. So we kind of tightened them down a little bit, but we didn't tighten them down all the way. So go ahead and lock your 10mm right here. There's a car passing by. Go ahead and tighten this down, and then do the same thing for the other side. So I've checked it about 3 or 4 times. It's centered all the way through. So this type of thing you want to measure twice, cut once. So it's perfectly aligned. Now we can torque our bolt to 92 foot-pounds. So we got 92. Grab our socket and just screw that on. Alright, so there's 92 foot-pounds. We're all good to go. Make sure your wheel still spins. Obviously, if it doesn't, you torqued it down a little bit too much, damage something. So it's all good. That's how you clean and align the chain on a 2023 BMW S1000RR. So now all we got to do is put our chain guard back on, and we're done. All right, so grab your chain guard, put that in there, and then don't forget this clicks into the tire hugger. So make sure you do that before you start screwing anything in. Screwing that in there. And of course your Torx T25 bolt. And you are all good to go. And that's how you clean, lube, and adjust the chain on a 2023 BMW S1000RR. If you like today's video, hit the like button. Also, subscribe to this channel. That way, whenever I drop any new content, you'll be the first to know. If you have any comments, drop them down below. Remember, I'm here for you guys. So anything you want to see, let me know and I'll make the video for you. Thanks for tuning in.